We are excited and delighted to be joined by Vikings wide receiver from Crosby Ironton, went to University of Minnesota at Morris, and then a undrafted free agent that signed with the Minnesota Vikings and turned it into a pretty special career. Adam Thielen joins us. Adam, thanks. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. That's close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah.
They were mad at us in Detroit Lakes when we broadcast live up there, and I said you were from Thief River. The clubhouse got complaints and said, tell that moron he's from Detroit Lakes, and they never invited us back. So then Tennessee's bitter because then we lost our free rounds of golf at the Detroit Country Club, which I know you love.
It's a great spot.
It's a great golf course.
Great spot.
People
don't like that. They don't like that when you start messing with where I'm from.
Right. But I think hopefully they've gotten over it.
Yeah.
We met your mom up there, if I recall.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
She stopped by.
I know that our listeners want to hear about, how your off season went, what your thoughts are on the upcoming season, and how the Vikings are doing, and what the new coaching staff is like. But for me, the first question I have for you: has Greg Norman in Tour 54 reached out to you yet and offered you a spot on that tour? And if they did, how much is the guarantee? Can you and your agent say?
They haven't reached out to me, thankfully, because I don't know if I'd be here today. But no, they haven't reached out. But I'm waiting for the call.
Yeah.
Waiting for the call.
Tour 54, it's a lot of money there. Now, again, I know that you're a hell of a player, and I think I've heard you say that you might even be interested in when you're done with your playing career, see if you can maybe go out there and play and get a tour card. You got to know that's virtually impossible, isn't it? Or are you that – I'm trying to rip you. You give me that look like you want to come at me with a forearm shiver or clothesline me. I kind of laugh at that. Those guys, that's a whole different level, and you played with those guys, but do you think you could do that?
I don't know. I'm definitely delusional, right?
Yeah.
Because when I came out here, I thought there was no problem when I was a rookie that I'd make the team and play in the NFL someday. So obviously I had a little bit of delusion, right?
Okay.
So kind of the same thing there, right? Like I just feel like there's nothing to lose.
No.
I might as well try it, right?
Yeah.
I don't really care what people think about me trying it or think I'm good enough. I'm just going to go out there and try to do it. It's a passion of mine, and I got nothing to lose.
Did you play in the 3M Open the day before, like the Pro-Am?
Yeah.
What'd you shoot out there? Did you play from the tips where the pros do?
No, we didn't play from the tips.
Okay.
We played from the normal tees. I'm not really sure. It was kind of like the Pro-Am format where it's kind of
Okay.
like a best ball type of deal.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right though. When you see those guys play, it's a different level. I mean, even when you play against guys that are not even on the tour that are scratch golfers, like there's a different level of play there. And then to go to the tour, it's even another level.
Well, because they're so precise in what they do, and they have so many different shots. I play a lot of golf. Craig Warren, a master professional, that is a co-host of my golf show with me. He's shown me so many different ways to hit a wedge, different ways to do this, how you can stop yourself for a Band-Aid if you're hooking it off the tee. And it's just like there are so many different components to the game of golf and the swing itself that it's hard to master them all. And then when you add the pressure of you're out there playing, and let's say you hook a couple off the tee and you're playing on the tour and you're going, what do I do now? I'm having trouble there. It can be maddening. Might be the same thing in football, but certainly in golf because it's all you. There's nobody there to bail you out on your team. Like let's say the offense is 3 and out a couple of drives. Well, as long as your defense picks you up on your end, it's a close game. But in golf, it's all you.
Yeah, the individual sport is a whole another deal. The mental side of that game. You feel like when you're out there, and that's why I love playing in these celebrity tournaments because it's the competitive, that mentality you have to have, the grind of every hole you have to be locked in. There's just nothing like it. And, it's just when you're out there, you almost feel like you're on an island. You feel like you're the only one playing bad or hitting bad shots, but then you kind of get to the end of the round and you're like, man, like that, it was tough. Like there was other guys that struggled and guys that play this every day. You play in these Pro-Ams and you see these tour pros that play every single day and are extremely dialed in, have swing coach, all this. They hit bad shots.
Yep.
I played with a guy. He actually ended up playing really well the week of the tournament. But when we were playing together, he wasn't hitting it great. But those guys are so mentally tough. They know how to just find it, get it back on course, just limit their mistakes, and then play well and find a way to make the cut and play well.
Okay, let me ask you another question. You said, you came in here delusional. I'm going to make this team as an undrafted free agent. My guess is you also did have a backup plan in case it didn't work. Maybe you didn't. Was that backup plan to say, okay, this didn't work, maybe I'll go try my hand at playing professional golf? Were you thinking that way or not? Or
No.
Okay.
That's more now just because I got nothing to lose.
Okay.
Back then, I needed to provide for my family.
Right.
You know, I was just getting married, and
Right.
or I was engaged at the time, I think, and so I needed to provide for my family, which the Pro Tour at that point wasn't going to probably provide for my family, but. It wasn't going to. So I definitely had backup plans. I've always, even as my career has progressed, you start thinking, okay, just in case, if something happens, what am I going to do? What is my plan going to be if something happens? And in this league, your career can end, tomorrow. So you're always kind of thinking of what can I do to provide for my family.
Our guest is wide out Adam Thielen. We're out here at TCO Performance Center for the first official day of practice. New coach, new regime, the whole thing, new general manager. How's that sitting with you? Everything, what's it like?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. OTAs were fantastic. We got our work in. We needed to get our work in. They took care of us when they needed to take care of us. Just like the culture aspect, right? You walk through that building, it feels different. And granted, we haven't had any adversity yet and things like that, but I think the way that this culture, this building is being put in place right now, it's able to handle some adversity because of the culture, the leadership that's put in place.
Well, we've talked about that, this culture and this. I think Kendrick's had the quote that's been floating around forever about a fear-based organization. Was it that bad under Zimmer in the last few years? Was it a struggle to play for him? Or is that maybe convenient excuse for some people when things didn't go as well on the field?
I don't think it was Zimmer. I think it was you got to look at things as a whole. It's never just one person. It's never just one thing. It's a multitude of things. And I think that's what this organization did a really good job of, is finding a way to put really good leaders in leadership positions and making it a culture that is that everybody's working together. So you walk through that building, everybody's on the same page, whether it's the training staff, the strength staff, the coaches, they all are working in unison. Where I don't think that's the case in all organizations. I don't think that's what it's been built on in the past in the NFL. So I think some of the newer waves of coaches and leadership, they're coming in here and they're doing things a little different. They're breaking from the norm, and not saying that it's right or wrong. It's just different, and it's our philosophy to win football games right now.
Well, you obviously have a coach that's his first year as a head coach. He's never been one in the National Football League. There's been a lot of pressure on him. Then here's your job. You've climbed the ranks. Here you are. What's he been like so far to work on? I know it's been a very short period of time, but what's that like, and what do you think of Kevin O'Connell at this point?
Yeah, I think he's just been so excited to get out here around us. Every time we kind of bring it up as a huddle, that's the first thing he says. He's like, got this big smile on his face, and he's like, man, it's so fun to be out here around you guys. I'm so excited. Every time we get out there, he's like, I just want to practice right now because I'm so excited to be around you guys and the culture that's being built, the locker room that's built, the systems that are being put in place. And I think that's kind of a general theme. When you ask coaches or players in this building, that's kind of the general theme. But now, like he said yesterday in our team meeting, we got to go put the work in. And when it's time to go, it's time to go. When it's time to take care of you guys, we're going to take care of you guys. But when it's go time and we say, hey, it's all out, let's go, I expect it to be physical and tough and fast. When
you talk about different system, obviously he comes from the McVay coaching tree, whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit different. There's been the conversations are that this will probably be more pass intensive. They're going to throw the ball maybe a little bit more. I think Zim did like 3 yards, cloud of dust, pick up first downs, move the chains, get it hopefully punctuated with a score, have that defense shut it down, get it back to your offense, eat up clock. Maybe 2 possessions for each team in the first half, and you're leading 10-0. This seems it's going to be a little bit better from looking at the playbook and studying the system and in talking with the coaching staff. Is that what you're thinking? Is this going to be a much different offense than what you've had the last few years?
Well, I'll say this because I think people are expecting this to be a pass-happy offense, just chuck it around, use our weapons. I think what is exciting about this coaching staff and the systems that are being put is I think we're going to do what it takes to win. So if we have to run the ball and we have to grind it out, I think we're willing to do that. Obviously we haven't played a game yet under this staff, but that's how it feels. It feels like we're going to do what it takes to win football games. And we're not going to have a stuck-in-stone plan that if it doesn't work, we lose. It's going to be adaptable. It's going to be a collaborative approach to a game to help us win football games, and that's all that matters.
You have had a bunch of different offensive coordinators throughout your time here, and hopefully now you got one set guy as the head coach and an offensive coach moving forward. How challenging is that for you and for Kirk and the offense to change schemes all the time?
Yeah, no, it definitely is challenging. I think the biggest challenge was because, in the past 3 years we've had 3 different offense coordinators, but in the same system. Well, the issue becomes, that's great we're in the same system, but the issue becomes is you have a completely different play caller. You don't really know until week 4, week 5 how he's going to call plays, what our identity is on offense. And it's just different, and it takes a little bit to get that. Understanding, learning a playbook, I think that's fun. You're learning a new system, learning a new plays, that's fun. But I think the thing is when you can really figure out, what our identity is. You can figure out, what is coach going to call on this third down. You kind of start to get a feel for how he likes to do things. That's when it can be really successful, and that's what we're trying to, do here. We're trying to mimic games out here, and the more you can do that, the more you get a feel for how coach is going to call the game.
You have training camp now, then preseason games in the season. Will you ever get a chance to golf between now and next offseason?
Yeah, I think maybe 1 or 2 more rounds, and then once the season hits, I won't step on the golf course.
Man.
Which is tough for the golf game. I get my handicap down, and then I go 7 months without swinging. But it's a good thing. I got a job. I'm still playing.
Yeah, but
I feel
still,
good.
I'm playing 36 tomorrow.
Well, you're gaining ground on me.
Yeah, I'm gaining ground. I don't think I can. How far can you hit it off the tee? 300? Can you go 310, 320?
Yeah, 310 I'd say is my average probably. But
average.
And that's you too.
The issue is
that ain't my average.
The issue is the further you hit it, the further it can go wayward. So
well, I used to be able to hit it about 260, but it was 200 that way and then 60 back across the fairway. But
sound like my father-in-law.
Yeah, well, you know what? But I've got that figured out. But I only got about 230 off the tee, so you'd have to spot me a few shots, or I play white and you play black, whatever the case may be. Thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it. Good luck to you this season, and we'll see if this new culture changes the results on the field for the better for the Vikes. Thanks again.
You guys got a great setup here.
This is nice up here, and we got a canopy, which is most important.
That's awesome.
And
you guys are living the dream.
Let me ask you one thing. Do you like the switch of the fields going east and west rather than north and south?
I actually do. I was looking at it today, and this is the first time I've really been out here, and I think it's good. Does it matter? I don't know, but it looks good. Ready to go.
Very good. Thanks so much.
Guys.
It's Adam Thielen. Is he from No, Detroit Lakes. That's right. He's from Detroit Lakes.
I thought it was Crosby Ironton.
It was a Crosby Ironton.
It's a Cross Lake.
How about Staples Motley?
Staples Motley.
Great little twin towns.
I think he's from Little Falls.
Staple Motley. We'll take a break. We'll come back. That's Adam Thielen of the Vikings